Dean, how much healthier did you feel today than you have been over the last couple weeks?
This is probably the best I've felt in a long time. Going into the game without having to worry about, injuries or anything like that. It's a big step for me. I was talking to Luke, the trainer, earlier. He said it's probably the best I've been in a long time. So.
Just a matter of getting some extra time, a couple extra days to let the foot heal a little bit?
Yeah, it just kind of, it just takes time. And so, it's frustrating, but, time heals all, I guess is what they say.
Guys, as you head down toward the end of your careers as the senior trio of this team, when you guys get clicking, how dangerous can you guys be?
I think it pretty much speaks for itself. We came a long way, from our freshman year, which was basically our rebuilding stage, and then we basically set the example for the other guys on our team to how we want our seasons to go. But when we're playing well, it can be real fun to watch, along with the other guys that contribute to that.
I'd say we're just moving the ball well. My teammates are doing a great job. Being aggressive, driving gaps and stuff, and just allowing me to find the open spot in the zone is pretty easy, especially when you got Barry, Kam, X, Mike, all those guys hitting shots, driving gap stuff. It kind of opens up the middle of the zone.
Dean, can you walk me through the tomahawk dunk? And Kam, what was your reaction after you saw him do that?
So I caught it, and then I looked to my left to swing it. To you? Yeah.
Sure.
The guy was on him, and then I heard Barry say, "Swing it back to me," to him at the top, and I said, "I don't think so." Kind of went for it.
I feel like just the jab step, like shimmy. It was a nice move to create separation. Then when he got into the lane, I knew he was gonna take off. I was just waiting for him to do it. About time.
Dean, did you see Thalma kind of drop off on you a little bit, and you just say, "Well, I'll just go ahead and take it to the hole on him," on that play? I think that was his play.
I'm not real sure what I saw. He kind of was playing me on my left side, and I noticed there wasn't really the weak side. Help was kind of outside the lane, and it would be hard for him if I drove to come in. If he did come in, he'd just leave X wide open in the corner because he'd have to fully commit. So I just drove the gap, and he didn't help in, so he just kind of left me alone.
You were asked that before, but you feel like you had that explosion. Tonight, I knew it was noticeable, 3 dunks in the game. Just talk about how that seemed to be the defining start of the defining run for you. And to do that and, to stay even with Texas Tech in first place.
My explosion feels, I hurt my right foot, and, I jumped on my left foot. So, it was not that I really lost explosion or anything like that. I think it was more just my mind overthinking about my foot. And, tonight it was nice to get out there and finally just, play basketball and not have to worry about other things and just strictly just worry about helping the team and schemes and stuff like that. So, it was nice. I practiced a couple days this week and got back into the rhythm of things. I think that helped a ton as well.
Kam and then Dean, if you have to add anything. Austin Trice came in the first half and gave you guys a big boost. Can you talk about his play today a little bit?
I feel like defensively he was very active, boxing out, tipping balls out so we can get them. He was just real active on defense, which made them really uncomfortable, made their bigs uncomfortable with how active he was. So I feel like that was real big because they couldn't throw the ball inside as much because he was just messing with them the whole time.
When Austin comes in, man, he brings so much energy with him, and I think not only him bringing the energy, kind of rubs off on everyone else, kind of just heightens the way we were playing. We were a little sluggish early, and he came in and gave us a great boost. He's new, so he doesn't know quite all the schemes and stuff like that. But him just playing hard, it is just way more than not knowing schemes. He come in, just play hard, rebound. He's gonna go after every rebound. So I think that rubs off on everyone else, and kind of got our energy and really got us rolling tonight.
When we met with Bruce earlier this week, he mentioned that he just felt like all that you had been through this year had maybe kind of affected, kind of your self-confidence some. In terms of that, is this something that you it just is like a game-to-game kind of thing, or do you feel like you're working your way into where you feel confident regardless of?
You know, earlier, you know, right after I got hurt, you know, it's just I wouldn't say it's a lack of confidence. I mean, in myself personally as a basketball player, but it's a lack of, like, you know, confidence in my foot, you know, how it's going to feel and stuff like that. It's just kind of second guessing. And in college basketball, you can't second guess anything. You just got to do it. You know, you just got to, your first instinct, go with it. And if you don't, you know, you make mistakes. And I think that's where I was kind of going wrong. Just worried too much about my foot and stuff like that. You know, maybe I pushed it back a little early or something like that. But you know, I need to be out there with everyone. And you know, it feels good to finally, you know, be out of that stage and you know, back to semi-normal right now.
And kind of as a follow-up to that, recently, do you think it's been more mental for you in that regard? Has it been still more physical with just wanting to get back to 100% health?
You know, I think a lot of it has to do with mental. Just, you know, it's been a long time since, you know, that happened and stuff. So I think it was more of it was mental. Just breaking through that, and you know, practice a few times practice this week, and you know, it felt great, and you know, that really helped me a lot. So.
For Dean or Cam, Dean, you mentioned on your drive how X's defender had to kind of stick to him in the corner. It seems like he's been shooting it pretty well since the West Virginia game. Have you noticed that? What's kind of led to that, and kind of how nice is it to have another perimeter option?
I feel like it's just his shot selection. You know, he's hitting all the wide open shots that he needs to hit. He'll hit tough ones at times, but I feel like he does a great job at spacing the floor, moving without the ball, and when we attack, he knows how to create an opportunity for himself in order to get open.
Any higher level of urgency right now?
I mean, I feel like I've been playing with the same urgency. It's no difference than how I've been playing. Yes, this part of the season is really important, especially just being my last year. So this part of the season, we really key in on being locked in the whole time and being ready for each game.
Is there anything offensively that's just felt a little bit better these last couple of weeks?
Probably say just being a little bit more aggressive, understanding how teams guard, and you know, that's pretty much it.
Dean, it appeared you just had a determination about you tonight. Was that a residual of just the bounce that you felt in your step today?
I think a little bit, you know, felt great today in warm-up, stuff like that. And then, you know, my teammates just tell me to be aggressive at all times. You know, everyone just telling me to be aggressive, keep attacking. And, you know, even I made a few mistakes early, you know, kind of, you know, made some bad passes here and there. And so, I mean, but they just, you know, they pick me up. I got great teammates, coaching staff. They just, you know, tell me be confident, be aggressive, keep attacking. You know, when I attack, good things happen.
Did you feel like when you were soloed up on against their D that they didn't have anybody that could stop you?
You know, I feel like that, you know, against any team really. I think that's just kind of the way a basketball player's mentality has got to be. You know, no one person can stop you, kind of mentality. And so, you know, I think if you ask any basketball player in the nation, I think he'd agree that he doesn't think anybody can stop him.
And it seems like it's been only a couple of weeks since we saw you at Big 12 Media Day in Kansas City, and you guys obviously were picked second in the preseason. You enter the last week of the regular season tied for first. Just what's that feeling?
You know, it feels great. You know, if we played a little better earlier, we could have been, you know, solely being first. But, you know, we're just happy to be in first right now. And, you know, we got 2 games left, and we can't let it slip now. These are 2 crucial games, tough games, and we just got to come out focused, right energy, right mindset, and come out and play the basketball we've been playing all season.
You know, Bruce, obviously the first time you guys played them, King and Mason weren't able to play. How did you feel like you guys ended up defending against them today with them back?
Well, you know, we don't have Cardi. So the first game, Cardi, if you look back, he really played well. But we just talked about each guy doing a little more. That was our theme. We did talk about sense of urgency, you know, because they play at such a physical, hard-nosed level. You had to match that. I thought we really attacked the zone early, you know, and we shut them out. And that's, you know, you have a big lead. And then, you know, they go man, ironically, and I thought we had some good possessions. We just missed shots, but that allowed them to get in transition, allowed them to get some easy ones and get back in the game. Butler makes a big shot before half. So, but you're at the same point as last game, 32-30. You're up 2. I thought we reverted back again to trying to make plays to start the second half. I called timeout. All the coaches, we all just talked about you got to share the ball, you got to make passes, and I think we did a much better job of that. And then you turn them over 19 times. Just a good solid game. Kam's line was unbelievable. 16-5, 1-1-1, 4 rebounds, couple. For that, Dean's line is great. X's line is good. You wish he would have been in the game a little more. I thought Xavier's 2 offensive rebounds were huge. I thought Barry diving on the floor 3 times on that one possession, getting the ball back, and then Xavier getting the free throws were really crucial plays. There's a lot of big plays, but those are those little extra things that make a difference in games.
Coach, obviously Dean and Barry have got a lot of attention, understandably so, and for good reason. But how good has Kam been for you guys in conference play?
Well, he's been really solid, and he's done that, without practicing. I told both these guys this week, I feel so bad for them because you want senior year to go smooth and you want everything, perfect. And, why does it happen like this? It's hard to explain. If you have a strong faith, you just keep chucking along and keep moving forward and doing the best you can. And, Kam couldn't even do shoot around today. He had a migraine. And, but he comes back and, they've both been very resilient, persevered. All those words coaches use definitely describe what they've done for our team.
Dean, when you went through the stretch of not being able to practice, did you practice at all a little bit this week, like a couple times?
Yeah, I practiced pretty much for a couple days, yeah.
Yeah, he shot on Wednesday, but he actually moved and shot instead of just standing there.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, a little bit of reps, and then Friday he did first 20 minutes or so, and then we got both of those guys out. But at least, I think he said it before, you get a little rhythm, get a little feel going up and down. Now we'll see. Obviously, we got a quick turnaround again. Less than 48 hours got to play. So, it's just like an NCAA tournament. That's what I told them. We got done with the Kentucky game 1 a.m., got to the hotel at 2 a.m., and you got to play less than whatever that was, 30-some hours later. So we'll see if we've learned from that, matured, and can get ready to play a team that needs to win. TCU needs to win on Monday night.
Bouncing a question off both of you. Dean, being able to keep your rhythm this whole time, this basically the whole season, and Kam also. How hard has that been? Or maybe that's been the easiest part rather than run up and down the court in practice and, getting your turnaround jump shot going, your baseline jumper and things of that nature.
For me personally, not practicing and then trying to go into a game, you haven't had really any live action since the last game. So, it's very tough to get your rhythm back. And it takes a little bit to, adjust and kind of get back into the speed of the game and, really just be back how you were. And, it's very tough, but, when your team needs you, you just got to do what you got to do.
Any more student-athlete questions so I can get these guys out of here?
Dean, just address the dunk and the momentum shift that it gave you guys. I think you got the 3. You got to stop in the 3 on the next possession.
It was I don't know, it was a good play, and then we stepped up on defense the next possession down, and we got to stop and kind of pushed it a little bit, and one guy kind of stayed in the lane too much. X just stand open and hit his 3, and that's a 5-point swing in like 20 seconds. So it's a big swing, and kind of got him down and got everyone on the bench going, and it was a big swing for us.
First dunk, you kind of stared the ball down. You had an and one where you flexed after. It just seemed like you were kind of feeling yourself all game in some plays. But how much is that tied to health and just being confident from being healthy?
A lot of it has to do with Barry Brown. But it's nice to go out there, feel good and not worry about anything. Just confidence back up and stuff like that. I was just happy to be out there, feeling good, and it was a fun game. Barry, man, he loves the celebrations. Tells me to celebrate all the time.
Anything else for these guys? Okay, and then we'll let these guys go, and then any other questions for Coach?
How has he kind of progressed as a shooter as well? It seems like he's been shooting it pretty well over the last few games.
I think Kam talked about it earlier. I think his progress is, and all of our progress as shooters are what we've done. Before Kansas, if you go back, I don't know how many games, 7, 8 games, we were top 10 in the country offensive efficiency, for that stretch. And it's because we pass the ball, we're getting open shots, pushing the ball better. And when he gets set, he's pretty good. He's good on those tight curls. And if we can get guys in rhythm and get them where they can make shots, it really helps. But we talked about guards rebounding was so important. And Barry has 7, doesn't have the best line. Kam has 4. I thought Mike McGurl was really good on defense. Didn't get a whole bunch done. 4 points, 2 assists, 2 steals. And then even Sean going in and Austin Trice gave us some good minutes. So everybody contributed.
What do you kind of attribute to Barry maybe struggling just a little bit more than usual these last 2 games?
I don't know. Just he had his struggles the other day. He's still in the gym there earlier than everybody this morning. I don't think he's fine. Butler's been one of the best players in the league this last stretch. And, Barry guarded him basically the whole time, holds him to 10. Did a great job on him.
Bruce, on a day like today, you guys are the last Big 12 game. All the other ones were already over by the time this one tipped off. Did that give you at all any time? Did you even glance at Texas Tech and TCU? I mean, just given the circumstances of how Texas Tech plays and then TCU being your upcoming opponent?
I just watched a little bit in between pregame and getting ready, taking my walk. I'll watch tonight. Obviously, Texas Tech is playing at a high level, although the other night, Oklahoma State, who we just beat by 4,000, they take them to overtime. So, every game is different. You gotta play it. And, TCU's going to be desperate. Hopefully we have that sense of urgency. We're going to have to defend them. We've done a pretty good job of defending them. They got senior day, I believe it's senior day. So, it's there for us to take. We got to go take it. And we got to have a really strong will and determination on Monday night.
How much of a positive factor was it for you going smaller in the second half and giving Dean some more room to operate?
Yeah, there's no doubt. That's when he got the dunk. They had, their 5 men on him. We ran some ISOs for him, and he was able to take advantage of those. That was huge. And if you remember back at their place, Cartier was playing, and we did go small because Mac had, I think, fouls and some turnover problems like he had again tonight. But, that allows him to kind of roam. It was a little different. They were in the zone. But, he definitely took advantage of it. It was good to see him play with a little more confidence tonight.
Is that the most fun you've seen Dean kind of have out there in the lives?
We've been on him about, it's okay to be, tough and get excited and have emotion and, enthusiasm. There's nothing wrong with that. We just don't, obviously we don't want it to, get out of control or anything, but it's good to, because he has struggled that, in this stretch at times. And a lot of it is, him being confident with himself. And I didn't think he started great, but he definitely got it going. And then he started feeling good about himself, and it got better and better. And, when your good players play well, you're a much better coach. And we all are. I told that to Coach Mitty today. When Kayla and those, they play well, he's a good coach. I'm a good coach. When those guys play well, it makes it much easier.